And the truth is, I actually just had a follow-up visit with Karen that was too good not to save. And so she willingly went right into a quick video call with me. Karen, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
And the theme of today's call is going to be less is more. And I just wanted your story to get to as many patients as possible because we see this all the time. And it's almost commonplace, but it's just so remarkable when you see a quick turnaround that I just can't help but trying to get it to as many people as possible. So do you mind, Karen, if I just jump right into kind of a quick synopsis of where you came in to my office a week ago?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So for the viewers, Karen is a former triathlete who had been really struggling with chemical sensitivity and a number of skin rashes, eczema, and really had been through the ringer, doing quite poorly. She has a background of mold exposure and a positive urine mycotoxin test, so confirming mold toxicity. And she came in having already done some of the basics of mold treatment. So she was given binders, both a natural supplement as well as a prescription binder. She was using a nose spray called Beg Spray, which is an antimicrobial spray that's often prescribed by shoemaker-trained mold professionals. She was just really struggling and hurting. And so with that, Karen, just let's take us back a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Will you give people just a quick synopsis of what you were feeling and what was happening?
I had daily anxiety. My mood would change up and down 15 minutes to the next 15 minutes. I was starting to have trouble sleeping again, which had been resolved several months ago, where I'd wake up every night at 3 a.m. and have insomnia. My rashes became worse. The swelling in my body became worse. My body scanning became worse, where you're checking for symptoms all day long, every day. That was just becoming obsessive. I just didn't feel like myself. It was like an out-of-body experience. I was fatigued all the time, just having a hard time because I wasn't sleeping, I guess.
And you had been struggling for some time. You had found some tools that helped, and you were really just doing poorly from your baseline when you came in to see me. You had done really well with Annie Hopper's DNRS program, and that had given you some relief. And so when I heard that, it was obvious to me that there was some limbic imbalance and that we were part of the way there.
Yes, I had made some good improvement. And then in January, started sliding down, and DNRS absolutely helped me. It's still helping me. That was a big key to calming down a lot of my symptoms, but I was doing that and I wasn't improving completely.
Exactly.
So that's when I went searching for some other solution to get me on the road to help again.
And we spoke for the first time last Thursday.
Right.
And then do you want to recap what I told you and what our initial consultation, how that ended?
Yeah. I'm a rule follower, and so I wanted to do what you were saying, but I really didn't believe it because it was completely the opposite of everything that I've been exploring and working with doctors with.
What did I tell you to do?
Years, you told me to stop everything, which my husband had been telling me. He was getting really concerned. He'd see my mood changes after taking a supplement or using the Beg Spray. But
it's never good when your doctor is telling you to do the thing your husband's been telling you.
And you get this drilled into you and you see these mold books and they say that you have to be on these protocols and this spray. And so you told me to stop everything, which is really tough when your brain isn't working right.
It's very hard. It's very scary.
Yeah, it was really scary. I was fortunate that I was leaving for a trip the next day.
Yeah.
So I made myself not bring anything. And I actually was panicked about that. I had to do many rounds of the limbic system retraining to just calm myself down.
You're such a champ, Karen. And so I'm going to jump in a little bit before the kind of reveal, but you were taking a number of supplements. So of course the prescription nose spray, you were taking binders, you were taking a variety of other support, digestive enzymes, calcium D-glucarate. And so you jumped off the cliff with me and what happened?
And I started improving.
How quickly?
I noticed by Saturday. So we talked on Thursday.
Yeah.
And by Saturday, I was calmer. I started noticing the sky again instead of thinking about my different symptoms and what was going to happen next. I started sleeping through the night. And then I started sleeping a lot. I was taking naps during the day. That was the biggest improvement. I get eczema around my mouth and the sides of my nose. And I even had it on my wrist. My wrist is completely clear. And my face by today is probably around 80% clear. I know, it's so crazy. I'm like a tiny bit swollen, but just a tiny bit. And everything else, I am so much calmer.
Yeah.
It's almost like my whole body just needs less.
Yeah. And so in functional medicine, we are always looking for what are the tools that this patient needs at this time to get better? What are the underlying problems that are preventing this problem from getting better? And what do we need to do to address those problems? Sometimes the problem is inappropriate treatment or treatment that the body does not need. And so for patients who are coming in and we are mobilizing more toxins than their body can handle with binders that are just too strong, they get worse, right? And when we add extra things to the body that it doesn't need, the body has to take a lot more work to process them. And so sometimes healing is simple as is stopping the things that we don't need. And that is the main message. I was just so thrilled at your response. We see this often, and it's just so much fun. And I think my favorite vignette that you told me just at our last visit related to your work. You own a successful skincare company. And what were you able to do at your beach vacation?
I was able to put sunscreen on my shoulders. I haven't put it on my whole body yet, but I put it on my shoulders yesterday and was completely fine. And I have it on today.
When was the last time you put sunscreen on, Karen?
3.5 years ago. 3.5 years ago.
When you do the right things, the body knows what to do, and it will respond how it needs to. So it's just so fantastic to see. You, I think, are a great case where you have had a lot of the fundamentals in the right place. You had obviously spent a lot of work on DNRS, and we just needed to remove a couple pieces that were holding you back. And you've made a big step forward. It's so exciting.
Yeah, I'm very thankful. Extremely thankful.
Do you have anything you'd like to share with patients in a similar situation as you have been? Chronic fatigue, muscle pain, brain fog, anxiety, autoimmune skin rashes, chemical sensitivity. You've really struggled for years. What would you tell yourself 3 years ago or when this first started?
To slow down, to enjoy your life. Don't multitask. Don't think about the future. Don't think about the past. Live in the present. Enjoy what's in front of you. Be grateful. Think about all the things you're grateful for. There's so much gratitude. It's almost been a gift, crazy enough, that I got sick because I was a type A go. It was all day, every day, work out. And now it's a lot slower pace, no multitasking. You have to reduce your stress levels. And that's hard just saying to reduce your stress levels. You have to figure out a way. And we all have to work, but there's different methods. And DNRS has been huge. Meditation, just even simple breathing work, my alternating nostril breathing really helps. Just really helps you gain perspective on what's important in life.
I think your words are a gift to patients that I think need to hear this. And I'm really grateful. I know this is going to help a lot of people, simply hearing how quickly you can get better when the right things are done. And just for people to understand that sometimes more treatment is not better. When you are desperate to feel better, you want to do as many things as possible, as quickly as possible, as aggressively as possible.
Your brain's telling you that. Your brain is in a loop and it's telling you. So you don't believe it.
You don't. And the truth, sadly, is that integrative and functional medicine, I think, has done a disservice to many patients by feeding this idea that if you just get the right number of supplements, the right diet, the right pieces, enough of these tools just thrown at a patient, that they'll get better. It's just not how the body works. It's not how people heal. And I'm so grateful that you're here sharing that example, that less is more. Slow down, enjoy your life, and then take things one at a time. And I have no doubt that we're going to get you right back to running triathlons as we work together. But your first medical assignment is to just go and enjoy your time at the beach.
Thank you. Yeah,
You're welcome. Is there anything else at all that you want to share? Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor.
I love it. Great. Thanks for being here, Karen.